Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai for Seniors. Today is Friday. It's March 25th of 2022. It's 42 degrees Fahrenheit or 6 degrees Celsius. We got a fierce wind out there. So you get the sun comes out, it rains, and then you got rain mixed with snow, then sun. But today's Friday, and you know what Friday is? It's dance night. So today we're going to do a Winterberry Gaultheria. It's good in the house with indirect light, no more than 1 to 2 hours of direct sunlight. And in the spring we prune the old wood, and it likes a damp, well-draining soil, and it's good for zones 3 to 8. And its pH is between 5.5 and 6.5, or a little bit on the neutral side. Either way, it's still going to grow. So today I'm going to do a 1 part worm casting, 2 parts fluorite, 2 parts sifted perlite, and micus and azus to the roots. But before I do that, you were wondering about the rose cactus. Yes, it does flower. This is the 3rd day it's been flowering. So maybe it looks a little well spent, but it's there. It's growing good, and the fisherman still got his catch of the day. So let's check out our Winterberry. These are the seeds that I've been, the pods that were dry. There's some in there, and there's more on the Winterberry. So I have to repot it because it's getting into a pukey state, so to say. So I think I got everything ready for it. And here's the name so you can see it. So let's get started. Let's get it out of the pot. I don't know how many are in here. I don't know if it's a 1 plant or a couple of plants. And you can see how tight the root system is here. So we're going to just squeeze, and pull if we can. But this is in there fierce, so we're going to take the end of our chopstick and just give it a nudge. And as you can see, the roots are all circling around like crazy. There's a lot of fine roots, but still. So I'm not going to mess around raking over here. All I'm going to do is take my scissors that I use for the soil. I'm just going to go through the root ball and get most of it off. Tom, don't squeeze your finger on there. There we go. Just cut it through. Because there's hardly nothing there. So I'm going to clean off my root pruners and my peroxide mix. Let's leave them over there. Now let's see if we can get these tangled roots out of the way. I don't know what's in here, but you can see this massive root system coming out. Let me get it in closer so you can see, and I don't have to look at my ugly kisser here. There we go. And we're just raking it out. And we're going to see what we got here. These are a lot of curling roots here. All right, now to help get it out, I'm going to get it in water and try to get most of the soil off. I don't know if there's all together. It looks like they're a little bit separate. So let's dig. I got to do some digging. Okay. Here's one that's got some root on it. I don't know if these are suckers growing through it, but let's see if we can just pull them apart with our hands. There we go. I got a root on this thing. This thing is really traveling. And this is off of 1 piece here. Here's another piece with the roots. So that's 2. Now these are roots and a half off of this guy. So to not mess around with it, take my shears, let me root dip and clip. I mean, these are some fierce looking roots on this, but we got some of that off. We're gonna have to see how to plant this. So let's see what else we got here. I know when you're trying to get something out of this, you got to be ruthless. You can't mess around. Especially when you got a tablet that goes low on time and cuts out when it don't want to, when you don't want it to. So let's really go in there. And really shake this clean. So this could be like a multi-trunk, but the roots on here are fierce. And I mean fierce. So let's get these snakes off. Tom, you gotta use your ones for the roots. And it looks like they grow through underground runners. See how it's growing there? So will this be a good bonsai tree? I don't know. We can grow this as a multi-clump, but right now I'm just going to be fierce because I got enough brown berries. So I'm just going to take it and cut it. Cut it back so we can really see what's in there. And then I'm just going to go through until we can find a nice little trunk. Just try getting something growing on here. Might just have to be grown as a small little forest type clump. Because these are the underground root system that they grow. So I don't want that growing yet. So it's got the fine roots, and these are runners. So you learn something new every day, Tom. There we go. And then when you got a tight root cluster like that, I cut it in half so we can spread it out. So we got about 4 plants there that we can make into trees. And this thing will probably run. So I've been prepared today, hopefully. Put the paper towels around here someplace. Here they are. You can always use your pants. So, this might work. This little plastic pot here. I was going to use this one, but this one will be too big. And I drill the holes in there with a 3/4 Forster bit on the drill. That's a Forster bit right here. Cuts real good. Okay, Tom, let's get cracking, by golly. So let's get this out of the way. Okay, because the video is winding down because I have no idea why this thing shuts off when it does. So I'm going to get our soil in. There. And this will be our main focal point right here. Our little clump. So let's get this one and we'll put this here. So if this is going to be our forest, we're going to put our big tree towards the front more. Just like that. And then let's dump that, get this ready. Let's have our Micos and Azus open and raring to go. So what we can do is get it all over and then just pour it in the bottom just in case we miss something. And the same thing with our Azus, just get it in there. Get it in there real good. So, he's got a big running system. I can't believe this. So, this one's got a short root system. So we can put this one here. It might fill up the pot, but we'll see. Maybe just use it as an accent plant. But let's see what happens and if we can control it. This will be the challenge because look at all the runners on this. Even though this is the root, look at the runners on this. So I'm going to get that dip and clip all these runners off. Because right now we want it to grow and not have too many runners. There we go. Looks a little pukey, but hey, we'll give it a shot. Since I got a lot of the Azus and Micos in, I don't have to apply it to the roots that much because we got it all in here solid. So this will get all over our roots. We'll move the bigger plant over, put the side one there. And here's our other one, and you can see the runner coming out. So we're going to get rid of that runner for now. And that looks a little pukey, but hey, you never know. And we'll put this guy right here. So we'll see what grows and what doesn't grow. It's got enough Micos and Azus down there. Get this guy over here, get him in there. That's all you gotta do. Give it a shot. Got nothing to lose. This guy's a little high up, so we're just gonna dig him in a little bit to get the root system in a little deeper. And we're gonna leave it up a little higher so maybe we can get rid of them runners on the top of it. I don't know, we'll see. Never did this Winterberry before, so it doesn't hurt to try. How does that song go from the rock and roll era? They do run, run, run. They do run, run. Well, that's what this thing's got runners for. They do run. What are you gonna do? I don't know what's gonna grow, what's not. Maybe it'll fill up. Here's another seed pod, so it might look a little pukey looking to you, but what are you gonna do? Get it in. Make sure you push it down in good to the soil. And if it runs and fills it all up, we're gonna try to prune it the best we can. I'm gonna cut this back a little more. Cut it back hard. And then we'll go from there. Cut this back, cut this back, cut this back, cut this back. And let's see what it does. And then, yep, pants are good to wipe your blades off. And a pinch, that's what you use. I think that's what pants were made for. Okay, now we'll cap up our Micos. Cap up our Azus. Get our spray bottle. Yep, I didn't forget my spray bottle. And water it in good. And this does not have a trunk, so to say. It must just run. So maybe we'll just use it as an accent plant and we'll see how fast it grows and if it fills it up, because I just have it in the west window where it just gets indirect light, but it needed a repotting. Now they say these plants don't need a lot of fertilizer, so we'll see what happens. That's off to the side a little bit, but that's okay. Give it a good push in. So let's give it a shot. Get Mr. Hawes out here. Mr. Hawes, let's give this guy a little good bit of a watering here. And we'll see what it does. It's always good to experiment. Whether we get a multi-trunk out of this, like a 5-prong bush or something, I don't know. I'll have to be careful and see what grows and what comes up out of it. We'll see how these little ones, if they take or not. Because this thing, you can see how them runners go in there. I can't believe the runners on it, but it's a good thing we cut it off for now. And then, how much time we got? We got about 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do is open up my Peace River, and we're just going to put it on the top a little bit. And get the bag open. There we go. And we're just going to put it in. And we'll see what develops out of this little one. Maybe we can get a multi-trunk and see how it grows, or maybe it'll just be a ground cover as an accent plant. We'll see. I got a little high to knock off the runners, but let's see what happens to it. Never be afraid of trying something new. If you can make a bonsai tree out of it, fine. If you can't, well, you got an accent plant. Something different that we never tried. Well, I never tried before. So I'm going to give it a shot. There we go. Something different. Okay, the tablet's winding down. We got about 2 minutes to roll. And today's Friday night. It's dance night, cup of tea. Grandma, Grandpa, kick the table and chairs out of the side. Grandma, get Grandpa out of that easy chair. Put on some old time big band music. Have a little dance. And then sit down, have a cup of tea, and enjoy each other's company while listening to big band music. Mom and Dad, once the kids are to bed, do the same thing. Just have a good time, enjoy each other's company, and have a good night. And don't be afraid to try something new and something different. Hey, if it works, it works. We'll see what develops out of this. And if I can get a multi-trunk out of it, we'll see. They say that this thing will grow up to 2 to 3 feet tall. So we'll see. Once in the spring, I'll put it out in a semi-shaded condition, and we'll go from there. So I got some more seeds to plant. I got some seeds that came in the mail. I got 3 packs, so I'll show you that later in another video. And then let's see what else. Oh yeah, before we go, water. I think these blue pebbles will make water. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll give it a shot. So remember, sit back, relax, have a good dance. We're winding down to 19 minutes, going fast. We might cut out. So good luck, everybody, and have a good night, and enjoy a nice hot cup of tea and some big band music, and sit back, relax, and dance.